Have you ever been on a sales call and you just felt off? Like you're going through the motions, you're saying the right things, but deep down, you don't actually believe in what you're selling. Maybe you lost a spark or you've seen some bad reviews. End of the day, you just don't have the same passion and feel you once had when you first got started. And now it just feels like you're faking it and going through the motions just to get a sale, and it doesn't sit right with you. But I've been there, and if you feel like that, this video is 100% for you. Today, we're gonna dive into how to sell even when you don't feel passionate, and most importantly, when should you pivot or keep pushing through. All right, quick intro. Guys, my name is Mike. I've been in high ticket sales for the last 5 years. I've sold over $18 million in sales between me and the teams that I built. So everything you've done, I have been through it as well. And at this point, I've taken over 1,600 sales calls, so I know exactly what you're going through. So let me take you back. When I first got started into sales, I had no clue what I was doing. I felt lost and confused. And most importantly, I had no passion in the product I was selling. At that time, it was for an event space coaching program. And how am I going to sell someone on this where I haven't even been in one myself? Deep down, I felt like a fraud. I had no true connection to it. But there was two things that helped me out that kept me pushing and eventually got me to my goal of having more freedom. The first thing was when I first got on the offer, there was this guy named JT. Every single day, he would post these crazy, huge sales, 3K, 5K, 10K sales, and it inspired me so that once I started getting the groove of things, I had a little bit of competition. Despite me not knowing totally, I enjoyed the competition of going against somebody and going to be number one in the rankings. So I was able to push past not having true conviction, but diving into my competitive nature helped. The second thing, which was the most important, is that on the days when I did not feel very passionate, I took time to go through the actual coaching program and saw so many testimonies, so many wins, and realized that if someone actually did the steps here, they could transform their life. This service could change their life, and that helped me a lot. But here's the truth. Passion is not required to sell. For example, Mark Cuban, the billionaire from Shark Tank, he does not care about tech. He said on a recent interview, he cared about freedom and owning his time, hence why he built a massive tech company to sell for $1 billion. He wasn't focused on the actual service. He was more focused on the outcome it could provide for him down the line. Or my favorite basketball player, Kobe Bryant. I read his book, Mamba Mentality. And in the book, he literally says at first, he did not love basketball. But what he did love was the challenge. He loved the competition. He loved the grind of the sport. That's what kept him pushing. So if you're feeling off because you're not feeling passionate about what you're doing, remember this. You don't need passion. You just need purpose. Because at the end of the day, passion is going to fade. But if you have purpose, that's going to build consistency. And consistency breeds profit. Months, years goes by, you're going to need something way more substantial to keep that flame going. But if you are someone who is feeling disconnected with the service you are selling, you have two options. You can either stay or you can pivot. And here are two things you should know that helped me decide to stay on the offer and stay selling the service I was selling. The first thing was that I realized that this still was a great avenue, a great vehicle to take me to my goals, my dreams, having more time to spend with my family. At that time, when I first got into sales, I had one goal and one goal only. At my previous job, I got denied PTO to go home on Mother's Day, and I felt miserable and in a dark place. So my only goal was to have freedom to spend time with my family. I knew that sales and this offer was the best thing that could have happened because I saw people having the freedom I've already wanted. Two things I did to help me in those situations were I always looked at the testimonies, the wins, and reminded myself that if people are getting wins from this, it must work. and reminding myself that it's about transactions over transformations, and that the more transactions I do, the more transformations of people will occur. That's what fueled me up. How can I serve more people? How can I help more people and take the focus off me? The second thing is that if you're feeling lost, the easy thing to do is also remember your why. My mentor always said this. He said, if your why doesn't make you cry, the price of commitment will always be too high. So whatever that why is, whether it's your family, it's traveling, the reason you got in this for the first place, do a quick check. And if the vehicle, the product or service you're selling can still take you to that why, you have every reason to keep pushing and focus on other benefits besides how you feel and whether you're passionate or not. Sometimes it's not you, it's the service or the offer you're selling. If this offer has terrible reviews, and no one is liking this, it's almost more bad reviews than good reviews, and every time you make a sell, somebody's always coming back to complain, that's a sign that it may not be you, it actually is the service or the product. My mentors always said that you are who you surround yourself with. If you put a plant in a dark room, that plant will shrivel up and die. If you put a plant in a bright, sunny room with tons of oxygen, it's going to thrive. Now, if you're in a team or an environment or a community where it's just straight up toxic, that's a sign it may be time to pivot, because over time, you become who you're most around. But if the offer or service you're selling has nothing to do with any of those, it can still be a good opportunity. You just need to push through and focus on other things besides your passion. Now, to wrap this up, guys, you don't need to be passionate about what you're selling. You just need to have purpose. It's purpose over passion. Because as long as that purpose is there, you have a reason to still show up. Just imagine all the people who have families, they have kids. They don't have a choice but to show up every day. So find that purpose for you and then watch the consistency start flowing. We have a free group called Freedom Earn Sales, where we've helped tons of entrepreneurs and sales professionals go from feeling lost and not having a steady structure and process to feeling like they're thriving and feeling motivated by being around other people who are excited about what they're selling. So if you are someone where you just need a community, we like to say we are the Avengers of sales, to where you have everyone who's great at what they do, push you to your best. There's a link below to join our free community so you are feeling inspired, you're feeling motivated every single day. Until next time, I appreciate you. My name is Mike. I'll catch you on the next video where we try to become 1% better and earn our freedom. Let's go.